I'd like to welcome from House of Refuge, Nancy Marion. Nancy, come on up. Welcome, good to have you.
Good morning, Mark.
Thank you. Welcome to Mesa Morning Live, House of Refuge. Tell us who you guys are and what's going on there and why you're here today.
Well, House of Refuge is a transitional housing program for homeless families. When the former Williams Air Force Base was decommissioned back in the mid-1990s, House of Refuge was conveyed 88 homes and the former chapel. And in those 88 homes, during the course of about a 12-month period, we can move 81 families from homelessness to permanent housing.
That's awesome. So you call yourself more of a transitional center than a shelter.
Yes, and a lot of people have questions about that because they'll go, what's the difference? Well, a shelter, you can normally stay about 30, 60, 90 days. And if you're in a crisis situation, you really even haven't got your feet on the ground. And because you're wondering, what's happened to me? What's happened to my life? Since we take care of families, you have children that are involved too, and you're trying to get them back on the ground. With transitional housing, you can stay up to 24 months. So that gives us time to help you find a job. If you've lost all the items that you may have had along the way, then what we do is we can help you regain all of those items. And then as you move out of House of Refuge, what we do is we allow you to take all those items that you've gained, whether it's sofas, beds, all those items that we just take for granted when we get up every day that we have there to use, you can take those with you so we can stabilize you in permanent housing.
That's great. Well, it looks like we're looking at some pictures here of the House of Refuge. Where are you located?
We're located on the former Williams Air Force Base, so that's at the corner of Power and Williamsville. Some of you may know Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport is out there. ASU Polytech, for you golfers, Toka Sticks is out there. So a lot of great organizations.
That's great. Well, that's... I'm sure that funding is always an issue, as it is with every business, and especially in tough times. What are your challenges, and what can we do to help?
Well, Mark, funding has been a huge issue, especially the last 3 months. Like I said, when House of Refuge had the 88 homes conveyed to us, we were also given a grant by the Department of Housing and Urban Development to do our general operations, because we have the housing inventory, but you need to have money for general operations. And we were very fortunate for 19 years to have that. And then the Department of Housing and Urban Development, who we call HUD, decided to change their focus of funding. And so in February, we were notified, along with 200 other organizations across the nation, so 50% of the transitional housing programs, that we would no longer receive funding. So for House of Refuge, that was difficult because our contract year actually started in February. So that meant when we were notified in May, we were given a retroactive funding. So we have been in the process of trying to find homes for those 59 families that lived in that HUD housing. And as of Monday, we should have completed that task. And so now,
that's great.
Thank you. So now what we're looking for is how do we refill those homes? The funding may have gone away, but the need did not. The end of June, there were 79 families that were in need of transitional housing, and I'm sitting there with 59 homes that are going to be empty. We just spoke with Higley Unified School District. Last year, they had identified 50 families in the school district that were not part of the original 79. So that need is very prevalent out there, and we need to get those houses built back out and filled and get those families back on their feet and in jobs, filling and doing what you and I both want to do every day, just get up, have a job, and be able to raise your family. That's
great. And you keep saying families. I'm sure that there's a lot of situations where it's multiple kids and they're scary. I mean, it's a scary proposition. I'm sure that it's very gratifying to be able to step in and help those folks.
One of the greatest honors we have is when we have all 88 of our homes filled. We'll have about 100 adults, but we'll have about 150 children. And think about that, the ability to touch the future of those children, to be able to change the trajectory of their future. That is really, really exciting, and that's what gets us up and out of bed every day. And so we just feel very honored to have that as part of our life, as part of our legacy that you're talking about today.
Well, that's awesome. That's got to be very gratifying for those of us that would like to do our part. What can we do?
Well, first I want to give a big shout out. Can I do that?
Depends.
Well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So,
No one listens to me. No, please do.
in order to displace, isn't that a nice word, displace? Yeah. In order to displace those 59 families, it was a huge community undertaking, and so I want to give a special thank you to Mayor Giles. There wasn't a question as to if they were going to help, it was how can we help? So we're very appreciative to Mayor Giles. Liz Morales has helped him the whole way. Mesa United Way has been there right there helping us. Claudia and Mark down there have just been wonderful. So many supporters within the community. We're just so very, very grateful. We will have safely housed our 59 families, and it's because of the people of Mesa and how they wrapped around us and supported us through this whole ordeal. But we also are looking for additional support in the future because, like I said, the funding went away, but the need did not go away. So next Tuesday night, we're beginning what we call the Gateway Alliance Partnership, and that is how can we take our community back? How can we make the changes within our community that we know about? So we'll be hosting that at the House of Refuge. And then we're always looking for new board members, and so on the 18th, we're having a meet and greet for board candidates. And then just as a general community, if you are part of a civic organization, church, any organization like that, you can go to www.houseofrefuge.org, and we have a great website that can tell you how you can connect into us.
That's great. Wouldn't it be great if there was no need for House of Refuge?
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I would.
But unfortunately, while there is a need, the good news is there's people like you that step in and House of Refuge. And thank you very much for all you do. Are you going to hang around a while and answer any questions? If you've got any questions, Nancy will be at the back of the room after the show. Stop by, and if you got a few bucks that you don't know what to do with, I bet you could do something with those too.
I bet we could take them and take care of those kids.
That's awesome.
All right.
Nancy Marion, please.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Thank you, Nancy.